So it's the second day of our excursion. We're headed to Ontario now. Be a few days before we get there. But we just left Edmonton now at around 2 p.m. and a lot of construction on the road on the Yellowhead leaving Edmonton. So we're hoping to get to Saskatoon later today, but if we don't, well, we'll stop in another place. But we're on the Yellowhead now, and we'll be on the Yellowhead probably till we get to Winnipeg. Anyway, that's the first report from today. Day 2, August 6th. So we're just coming up on Lloydminster, which is the border city between Alberta and Saskatchewan. Probably going to stop there for a few minutes to take a break, a rest, and then we're going to head on to Saskatoon, and probably we're going to stay there tonight. So beautiful day still for driving. A fair bit of traffic, but overall the road is clear, no precipitation falling, and so when we get closer to Lloyd, we'll end up giving you when we cross the border, because it happens right in the middle of town. Just getting into Lloyd now, and gonna stop up here. Fair bit of traffic on Highway 16, and also a fair bit of construction. So it might take us a little while to get through this border city. Just leaving Alberta now. As you can see, still a fair bit of construction. We're still in Lloydminster, and we'll be for probably another kilometer or two at the most. I think up here near the Husky McDonald's, we'll be leaving Alberta and going into Saskatchewan. I think here at 66th Avenue or shortly after this. One lane pretty well of straight bumper to bumper traffic. And one light up here that's working. We get back onto divided highway. You can see off into the distance a little bit. There's like 2 red signs on each side of the highway that designates the boundary between Alberta and Saskatchewan. We have a red red light up here, so that will be our last red light that we'll experience in Alberta for a period of time until we get back into Lloydminster, Alberta. Here's the border coming up here. I guess I was wrong earlier. It was 3 more lights in Alberta. So this one here designates, as you can see in the sign, Alberta-Saskatchewan border. Just entering Saskatchewan now on the main highway, and we got about 265 kilometers to go to get to Saskatoon, where we probably will be stopping today. Next major city is probably the Battlefords, as the sign says. Just here on the right, you see one of Western Canada's main means of transportation of goods and services, mainly oil, is a CN rail train. You can see the oil cars hooked up on the back. Not sure if they're loaded with fuel or it's something else. So as we enter Saskatchewan, I guess one of the main industries is farming, and seems like the fields are a little bit ahead of what's in Alberta, as the canola crop is just turning yellow on most of the fields. So that's more, I think, ahead of when we drove across Alberta. Another train taking its cargo across the prairie landscape of Saskatchewan. 3 diesels and a significant number of cars. The Battlefords sign there, about 30 kilometers up the road. A lot of history in Saskatchewan. We have stayed there before in the past, but we won't stay there tonight. Coming up to the Battlefords now. Going to cross the Saskatchewan River shortly. Looks like more construction up here. Be stopping here, we're driving on through. As the sign says, Saskatoon. 60 kilometer an hour turn. come up to the bridge over the Saskatchewan River. I guess the North Saskatchewan River. A couple of people fishing on the left-hand side here. We'll keep right here and head to Saskatoon. More grain elevators on the right there. And the trains there to take the product to market. Another train. Two diesel engines on this one, and a variety of cars with a variety of products. Very long train, this one. That maybe these oil tankers are empty. Just coming up on the outskirts of Saskatoon, and it's just before 7 p.m. So we're going to call it an evening here, I think, and try to get to bed somewhat early and maybe have an earlier rise in the morning. We'll see how the night goes. So we're stopping here in Saskatoon for the night. Gonna go to a local hotel and have some supper